Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World. And let's talk, guys. I want to talk about the steampunk weapons. Now, I've been saying that I wanted to do a little bit of a talk about certain of these items, but now that we know that season 8 is soon to end, well, let's talk about what's going on here. Also, very soon I will be doing a last video where I'm going to be using most of my tickets. Now, if you guys remember, last season, not claiming your tickets got you a pretty sweet little deal. If you guys remember, last season what happened was if you didn't use up your winter tickets, at the end, of course, whenever your tickets go away, or whenever the season changes, your tickets automatically get exchanged for the current llama. Now, last season, something weird happened, and the winter tickets naturally got exchanged, but the llama we got was not the current llama, but last year's llama, which yielded some very interesting rewards because not only did we get those, we got last year's items, but we also got those llamas again. So, I'm thinking I'm having almost 14,000 tickets here. I think I'm going to use 10,000. I think I'm going to use 10,000 soon. We're going to open ourselves, what's that going to be? 20 llamas? We're going to open 20 llamas, 20 pirate llamas soon. We're going to take a look at what we get. But before we do that, and most likely you guys will see that video either today or tomorrow, I want to talk about the items, both the people and the weapons that are here. The people we're going to talk about very quickly. Don't forget though that Blakebeard right here, he is only attainable through the event, so make sure you get him. And then the other guys over here, we've got the stowaways, which are hybrid. I didn't know that Bomb Squad Kyle was a hybrid. All right, okay. So these two guys here, they are stowaways, and you have to get them. You have to get them from the event shop. I know that Kyle's still around. I don't know about hybrid. I'm pretty sure they are. Because I got them pretty early on. But the Outlanders, the Ninjas, the Constructors, and the Soldiers, all of these are going to be obtainable from the llamas. And apart from, their basic stats and the basic abilities, you do have this new mechanic that was introduced into the game, which is either dealing a sword damage will give you pistol damage, or dealing pistol damage will grant you sword damage for up to 6 seconds. Now, this is a pretty interesting dynamic where if you guys have ever watched any, not the newer ones actually, but if you watch any of the older pirate movies, especially the really old ones, from like I don't know, I guess it was like the 20s or 30s, I guess. Maybe like the 40s and 50s, there was a lot of them where they would show the swashbuckling pirate, and in that one they had like a scabbard and a sword, and a sword. Well, they did, but they had a scabbard and a pistol, and they would like shoot the pistol and then swipe with the sword, things like that. So very much that style that made it very captainy. Now I kind of wish that these pirates would maybe have that capacity to hold both, to give it more of a piratey feel. But then you have the other Outlanders, the other pirates. We've got the Going Coconuts with the Outlander, and with the Constructor, Privateer Hype. She has increases club damage. So that's what we have for those. Personally, for me, this is what I always say about especially about heroes. I've always said this about heroes. Get them because you know what? You never really know. You never really know when you're going to need them, especially with the new hero loadout. The new hero loadout provides us a very, very interesting variety of just a potential use. Like, for example, right now, you may not be using clubs. You may not be using the clubs right now, but it's very possible that in the near future, we are going to get a club that is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to give us it's going to be like a game, like the best weapon in the game. And you're going to wish that you had her, or that you had some vouchers to be able to use to get her. But you know what? Why not try and get her now? And if you got one in Epic, you can always go ahead and level them up to Legendary, which is always good. Personally, for me, I've always thought that it's a good thing for heroes to have 2 of each hero. 3 of each legendary isn't bad. 2 of each hero, epic hero, and two of epic hero. Well, let's put every three of every legendary hero. But epics, it's good to have at least one so you can put in the collection book. And then legendaries, it's good to have at least three of them. Why? Because you're going to need one for your collection book, one for you to use, and one if you really want to reach for the stars, you can have one just for your expeditions, just for that. All right, so that's it for the heroes. Let's take a look at the schematics. So in the event schematics, and we're gonna go over to the, where are they? Flint, no, that's not Flintlock. Steampunk, there we go, Steampunk. Now, I know, I would have thought that it's kind of very interesting because we have to look at the Flintlock weapons to look at the Corsair, Jack's Revenge, and Bowler. Now, these three weapons, the Bowler was obtainable during the season 8. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. Oh, I do have an extra one. It was available during the season 8 in the weekly shop. Hopefully you got it. But it's kind of interesting, and you would have thought that because it's a pirate theme, we would have gotten more Flintlock weapons, or they would have waited and held off to give us these Flintlock weapons during the pirate event. That wasn't the case, unfortunately. We did not have that. You know what? We don't exactly know why. We don't exactly know what they're thinking or what they're doing. I do have some theories about this, and I will be talking about that in a future, kind of like a lore theory video that I'm working on. But we got the Bowler, Corsair, and Jack's Revenge. I have both the Corsair and the Jack's Revenge. I haven't worked them really. I know that Jack's Revenge is an incredibly powerful one-shot weapon, and it would be perfect if you use it in combination with that hero where you shoot the weapon and then use a sword. But personally, for me, you guys know, I love my Zap Zap. So my Zap Zap is my weapon of choice for that. Let's go take a quick look at the Corsair. Actually, I'm actually kind of curious to see what perks you can put on the Corsair, because like I said, I haven't even looked at these weapons yet. Where's the Corsair? It's not easy. It's not hard to there it is. I was gonna say it's not hard to miss, but apparently it is. There's the Corsair. Can it go with speed? Can we go speed on it? Attack speed, life leech, movement speed, attack speed, and okay, so you could do double movement speed, double attack speed. You could make it, it's got crit damage, crit rating, and crit damage. You could make it a crit weapon, but you are going to suffer a lot in speed there. I don't know. Honestly, I think maybe nature would be fun. I haven't really taken a look at it. Honestly, if you guys notice, most of my weapons, if they don't have triple attack speed, I'm sorry, most of my swords, if they don't have triple attack speed, I just don't really focus on them. Personally, for me, attack speed is definitely my choice. But there you go for those. These two as well, you can get them in the what's it called, in the pirate event. If you still haven't done the pirate event, well, at the time of me releasing this video, you still have a couple of days. You still have a few days to get it done. So make sure you get it done. Free weapons, free hero. Blakebeard is actually very, very good. We didn't talk about Blakebeard, but definitely get Blakebeard. If you got to do that. You got to do that. Let's jump over to the Steampunk weapons now and take a quick look at them. Now, again, the Steam Piston, Steamroller, Bon Voyage, Baron, Thrasher, Double Boiler, all of these right here, those can be obtained from the llamas. Out of all of them, I do have a Steam Piston, a Steamroller. I enjoy them, to be honest. The curious thing about them, and we can go take a quick look at the ones I already have. So they're going to be 106, I believe. I didn't favorite them because I didn't really favorite them. Oh, the candidate. We're going to talk about the candidate in a second. So I've got the Double Boiler, the Steam Piston, and the Steamroller. Oh, the Double Boiler, actually, this one was not available from the llamas. That was bought in the shop. The Cannonade and the Double Boiler were both bought in the shop, but we'll talk about that in a second. So the Steam Piston and the Steamroller were the only two that I leveled up. Also, I have the Baron leveled up. Baron, must have. If you guys didn't see that, I'll put a little eye up there. You can go check it out as well. Before I'll have put one for the what else, for Blakebeard and for the missions and everything, because I did do a breakdown of all the missions or the quests this time, the pirate event. I broke it down so you could just watch the actual story and everything. I really did enjoy making it that way. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Let me know if you guys enjoy that style. So in future events, I can also make them like that. But the Baron is super, super crucial for the speed. That triple movement speed, totally worth it. Totally worth it. The Steamroller and the Steam Piston. So the Steamroller has the capacity to cause affliction. The Steam Piston is the whole shrapnel thing. The Double Boiler has the shrapnel thing, and the Cannonade has the shrapnel thing. So if you guys see here, there's a common little there's a common thread here, and that is that new shrapnel perk, if you will. So again, Double Boiler, Duet, and Cannonade. Those three are only obtainable through the shop, and all three of these had the bullet shrapnel. Now, as we can see, it is possible to get affliction in these other ones. I'm hoping that I will get... What did my Baron get, actually? Now that I think about it, I don't remember. What did my Baron get? My Baron got damage relative to weapon, snares the target by 30 seconds. I prefer affliction. I prefer affliction in all of my weapons. So I'm hoping that in the new llama, those new llamas that I open, that I'll be getting some weapons. So 20 llamas, hopefully we'll get ourselves some, hopefully we'll get ourselves some afflictions. But unfortunately, so that's it. The Thrasher, the Baron, the Bon Voyage, Steam Piston, the Steamroller. The Bon Voyage, the Steam Piston, the Steamroller, I didn't really get a chance to really look at them. I may take a closer look at them before they go away and just see, like, you know, like a little bit of an in-depth analysis on each one of them. I probably won't level them up, but I would say what I would take them to if I were to work on them more. Unfortunately, the Steamroller and Steam Piston, I'm not that happy with. If I get more of them, you guys will probably see me recycle both of these. So I'm going to recycle them back so I can get those items again, which I may very well do in the future as well with other items, so I can do them. The Bon Voyage, like I said, didn't really look at it, but we'll have to take a look at the perks, what you can do with them. The only one that I really jumped into was the Baron out of those. Again, the speed thing is amazing, and I actually will be leveling up to 130 because it's a halfway decent weapon to have, not just for the running. Hopefully I can get an affliction one though. And finally, the Steam Thrasher, I didn't work on it, but I've heard it's a very powerful scythe. So hopefully you guys worked on it. The Cannonade, the Duet, and the Double. Let's finish talking about these. So the Double Buller, the Duet, and the Cannonade. Why are they so what they are? They're difficult. They're different. They are the first series of weapons. These are the first series of weapons that we are getting that I believe are built completely on the new hero system, the new hero loadout system. And as I've explained before, and I do want to go ahead and talk about this more in depth soon too, the new hero system is not what we originally expected. The new hero system is a system based on the previous system where you had a single hero with multiple different perks, and it was really kind of because sometimes you'd be like, man, I really wish this hero has everything except the one perk that I really want. Now we have the capacity to take a hero as our main hero and then pick and choose all the different heroes to make the perfect hero. Unfortunately, we don't have the perfect perks yet, and that's the problem. As the game expands, we will get more perks, and hopefully we will be able to create the perfect hero. Also, it kind of stinks that you can't use multiples of the same hero to buff up even more a certain hero, but I understand why they did that. So, having said that, the Double Boiler, the Cannonade, and the Duet are three weapons that are highly dependent upon the system. Now, just the weapon by itself, okay, the Cannonade by itself, the Double Boiler by itself, and the Duet by itself. If you guys notice, a lot of times what I'll do is I will take, whenever we get a new weapon, I will take the weapon, I'll level it up to a certain level, but I won't touch the perks, I won't do anything. I'll just try it out like that and see what it can do. And most times I'm like, you know what, this weapon is okay, or I'm like, no, this weapon isn't for me, or I'll be like, man, this weapon is amazing. But it's different now. It's different now because if I take, like, let's say the Duet, let's take the Cannonade for example first, because the Cannonade was the first one that I really worked on like this. Taking the Cannonade into a mission just by itself is pretty horrible. The Cannonade is a pretty horrible weapon. As it's, I mean, it's nice that it shoots fast. It's nice that it does that, but as a launcher, it's pretty horrible. It's more of like an explosive, quick fire shotgun kind of thing. And if you guys watched like my journey with the cannonade, my first couple of videos on it, we could not get anything out of it. I mean, we were barely getting what, 100 and I think it was like 150, 160,000 in the whole thing, 20,000 per shot. And now we're able to hit 240, 250, 260,000 a shot with the crit. So, and that has been expanded upon as well because of the new introduction of higher level twine missions. So, this weapon did depend on a very particular build, critical, which I know, I don't like crit builds, and we're gonna have to talk about that in the future why I don't like them. But not only did it depend on that, but it also depended on the hero loadout. Massively depended. It's very difficult to have a weapon now that you can use across the board. And if you do, the weapon has to be at its base very, very decent. The double boiler, the cannonade, and the duet, all three of them pretty much depend to get like really, really good numbers. Like the duet, I love my duet now. It's amazing. It does amazing damage. It's actually really worth it, even though it is a bit slower firing. But personally for me, I enjoy that. I enjoy the slower firing weapons because, well, I tend to tap a lot on these weapons now. But anyway, so the double boiler, cannonade, and the duet, they are fantastic weapons that can, their true potential is shown when you perk them correctly, unfortunately crit, and you pair them with the correct hero loadout setup. And that's the whole point, I think, of what we're going for in the game in the future. Yes, you can build the double bowler and a duet as sort of a balanced weapon that you can use with any hero, but they will benefit so much more if you focus them completely, especially like the duet, because we have enough soldiers to completely base it around. The double boiler for shotguns, we only have a few heroes right now that have direct shotgun perks, but as we get more of those, it will benefit them a lot more. But anyway, so that was just a quick overview, guys. I just wanted to talk about them. Don't forget, you still have time. If you want to grind and farm some tickets, you totally can. If you want to get yourself the duet, is the duet in the shop right now? I think it's the last week, right? Yeah, the duet's in the shop right now, so it's the last week to get it. And unfortunately, the cannonade and the double barrel, the what's it called? What's the shotgun called again? Why do I keep forgetting these things? The shotgun is called the double boiler. I think I was going to say double barrel. The double boiler, unfortunately, and the cannonade are not in the shop anymore. The rest of these items are in the llamas as well as the heroes. Of course, I got to tell you, if you don't have the Baron yet, definitely get it. Go check that video. I might put it at the end of this video as well if you want to go check it out. Why it's so awesome. But there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I am DUJ2. Let me know what your favorite steampunk weapon is. And do you feel that we should have had flintlock weapons for our pirate event instead of steampunk? I kind of feel like steampunk weapons would have been really good with some steampunk heroes. Like, 18th century, like 19th century, 1800, turn of the century kind of, since these all are so built on hydraulics and steam and trains, we could have had something, a bit of a, maybe like a time travel or something, or I don't know, a community that travels through trains stuck in the 1800s. That would be interesting. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.